lens or focus that we look at every other coach. Why isn't the sentiment shared with GM?
The coach?
Yeah, bro, that shit was.
As far as
individual players,
you're coaching
One day, but I mean, it always just looks good.
Yeah, they're like no.
how you coach your team.
one, I think the expectation level was higher from McLean than most players.
It would be on any team.
Two,
On any team.
we practiced all week long. You make your first 4 plays of the game, you get run on inside releases. I bring you to the sideline, I coach you up, cut off the inside. You go right back out, same things. Like you never heard the talent that you once got by.
We're talking about game, right?
Right. The talent that you once got by in high school, you can no longer get by with that.
And that's fine. So we're talking about game, right?
Yeah.
So as a coach, you should have saw that in practice.
Yeah.
That an inside release, he get killed on every time.
Well, maybe in practice.
Am I right or wrong? Because you getting lined up against your best wide receiver, which is Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter doing it in any DBI. So you should have saw that in practice as a coach before you let him get exposed in the game.
That's probably why he wasn't on the field.
So you saying he shouldn't even got on the field?
That's
He only got on the field after everybody started saying, "Where's Commander McLean? Where's Commander McLean?" Dion said what he said. Quote unquote, they hashed it out. They worked it out. He got on the field. He got torched a couple of times. He's no longer on the field. So what I'm saying to you is, whatever you saw in practice, you saw it. You told the world he wasn't ready. You let the comment get to you. You put him on the field. He got exposed. Now you stand him on the field. I feel like, me personally, as a coach, if he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
Don't even put him out there.
Regardless of the pressure.
Don't even put him out
there.
Yeah. And this is his first year?
Yeah, I mean.
So who's that on? Is that on the player or the coach? Because you saw it first, right?
Right.
As the coach.
Right.
You saw it. Before you even exposed it to the country.
Right.
You saw it.
It's a nice move as far as.
But you still gave him the opportunity to go out there, right?
you gave him an opportunity.
But you put him out there at the expense of the team, win or loss. You threw him to the wolves.
So
You knew he wasn't ready, and you lost because he wasn't ready.
you know what, Mike said? You have some players in big situations when they're faced with adversity, they step up. Due to the circumstances, with your star two-way player out, you make a mistake. Someone is going to have to step up. I don't know who it is. So you go down the line. If he can't handle it, put him out, put him in another player. If he can't handle it, put out another player.
Colorado, we looked at a
Until we
cabinet.
find a player who's going to step up.
And Tennessee was more like.
And that's what you're doing. You're reaching right now. As a coach, you're reaching to find somebody that's going to make a play. Whereas in quote-unquote summer practice, fall, whatever that was, you knew who was going to make a play and who wasn't. I'm looking for them dogs. I'm looking for them dogs. That's all you kept telling. If you knew you really didn't have those dogs to perform on that level, you surprised a few people. There was no tape on none of those dudes that you brought to Colorado. So those games that you won, you surprised a lot of people. Now it's film on these dudes. Now I know I can expose your whole team. So now when your team is getting exposed, your job as a coach is to make adjustments. That's your job. That ain't on the player, that's on you. You want them to be in the film room, you get in the film room as well.
But you also know that, okay, once I start to go to my players, right?
Once I start going to my players,
I do not have anyone who's on that level and who's ready to step up at this time. So we have to play by committee. We have to now scheme.
as a team.
We have to now scheme
As a team.
because I know his weakness is the inside, so now we have to
As
make
a
adjustments. Linebackers making deeper drops.
As a team.
So we can't say she already do that.
Yeah, he will.
I'm saying the man has to coach what he has.
Right.
He has to coach what he has. What I'm saying to you is, you came in, I want him to be, I don't want him to think that I'm salty and I don't want him to be a winner. I want him to, to be successful. But coming in, bro, it's hard as stuff for you to get 87 dudes together on one accord and one summer to beat about a whole schedule of teams that have been playing together for 3 or 4 years.
I got you.
That's true.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, y'all expectations, or some people's expectations were a little bit too high. And maybe he sold it, on how good we could be, you could be good. But first and foremost, you have no depth. You don't have the depth that these other teams got. You can't go in there. Right, what's going on after your second string? You have a good 3-star player that can read these coverages and go ahead and know what's going on the field? No. A lot of the dudes you brought in probably wouldn't even start on other teams.
I agree.
So how you expect to come in and you top to bottom right now? That conference got the most ranked teams in college football.
Nah, I just see it.
Yeah.
And you expect to come over here and win 8 games?
Hit the guy's chin.
But that's unrealistic.
You think they make a bowl this year?
Yeah.
They got 2 more games to win. Right now, I might see them being competitive. Probably with Oregon State and Arizona. That's just being competitive. I'm not even saying winning. So that's hard. Bro, they're doing amazingly good to make a bowl
I
game.
want to see them fail.
Okay. So now, like every school, you have so many scholarships, and you have so many scholarships per year.
Exactly.
Some of those players are graduating.
Yeah, bro.
Some of those players are not going to want to stay there.
Graduating from what?
That's the most
Colorado?
Yeah, some are going to graduate, right?
How many seniors on that team outside of
I have no idea.
outside of Shallow?
I have no idea about how many
Oh no, bro. My shit
That's
like
the classifications.
You know what I'm talking about?
People like it's like I don't
See what I'm
know.
talking about?
I really don't have a vote.
If you just on your team, you brought in, you gave them,
I'm not.
a lot of them you had to give scholarships.
I don't think.
But you still have students who are going to want to go there who think that I have what the other looking for. I got that dog in me.
I am not denying that at all. I'm not denying that at all. You're not going to just be able to get rid of those dudes like you did last year.
But what it does is breeds competition. If I bring in another player who feels that he can start, he has something to contribute, I just breeded competition. Either you're going to step up or you're going to go to the side.
So, with that being said,
As a commissioner, we said
if I go and do the research and I realize there's only 2 seniors on the
But then
team,
Adam Silver allowed
how many scholarships you going to be able to bring in next year?
After they were 7th year 9.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, after they were seriously.
Year 9, and then he joined them as 2 months ago.
That's something we have to look into.
And then finally,
He ain't bringing a team
folks
full of
were injured.
seniors.
The Lakers had just been the shortest offseason. But remember,
I do think some of the players come in here and say scholarships are no longer 4-year rides. They're year by year,
You
right?
are absolutely right.
So if you can't afford to go there,
Nuggets were injured because Jamal Murray
You
was
gonna be forced
torn
to
ACL
leave?
for a while.
So, that's what I'm saying. What you're saying now makes it look worse. So, if you got all those dudes over there,
Finals, and then
if you got all those dudes come over there
was
for 1 year, now you trying to get them kicked out of
But
there.
I mean,
What you think the next group gonna think?
oh yeah.
Damn, he might do it the same way.
Yeah.
or
But I'm not
I
gonna
need
act
to-
like
hey,
Clay
this is
is
my
still
one
not a
chance,
Hall
and I
of
need to
Famer.
make it count.
Draymond isn't either.
That's what it
And,
is.
like,
Right now, looking like last chance you.
But I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
act like
know.
that.
Well, like I said, I can't really talk about that because I don't know how the scholarship
But I just
program
feel
works.
like
All I know is that a lot of players are saying
more of
But you said it right, you get a lot of amount of
I think 80 better.
they can go to JUCO. They can go to JUCO.
Who can go to a JUCO?
Some of the players around, you still got Colorado State. You got other community colleges around there. So if you're an athlete,
where they're gonna be stuck
Be a
at,
scholar.
where they're gonna be stuck at, you just burnt the year, right?
But
You came in from another school, so you transferred in. You was able to play immediately. You go to another school, you're gonna have to sit out a year. You lose a year.
but you got footage to show them what you was able to do.
But you just burned a year.
I didn't like the Spurs.
You had an opportunity to learn at the same time.
All right, call it what you want.
So Mikey's saying it's gonna be worse for him next year.
Could be.
You know that. I would say a
I
couple years
still
ago
think
they're
you
the
got
same
players.
So you think they gonna regress?
Kyrie hasn't even
No.
played a full season in so long.
He's gonna focus on the offensive line. He's gonna focus on the defensive line. You got players coming out,
Think about it.
and what you see now, a lot of players aren't saturating in one school.
Right.
because of the ability and the opportunity to play and start at other universities. That's why talent is spread out. Now you got disgruntled players like feel like they're being overlooked. They hit the transfer portal. So I mean, the talent is going to speak for itself. If you can play the game, if you adapt, you have that tenacity they're looking for, you probably remain.
That's what he thought this year. They're going to be able to compete. Them same players, that's what he thought.
But you think they're gonna regress?
Yeah.
So you don't think they're gonna improve next year?
You know what? He just brought up a good point. Two of the top teams in that conference leaving next year. Oregon and USC. They leaving that conference, so that might be a little. You want to see those two teams.
Right.
You can take those 2 L's off the book. What?
Now,
Did I say something wrong?
right after that, bro, like.
What was the score? USC?
It was close.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, it was close, but nonetheless, it was an L.
Yeah.
Right? They can get them next year.
They won't be in the conference next year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So and another thing too. After this year, I think Dion has built some bridges with other states outside of Florida. Florida was his main recruiting ground. He's from Florida. There's going to be other students from that corn and bell flowing.
Yeah.
The big boys gonna come. You know, there's an opportunity.
He also don't want these other coaches though too. Can I ask you why do you think he's going to do so well?
What's up?
Why do you think he's going to do well? Actually did a project.
Why do I think he's gonna do so
I'm
well?
gonna turn this off, Byron. Go ahead.
Because I believe him.
I'm saying, what you basing it off of?
Is that put on the Hornets?
He's a leading scorer.
What am I basing it off of? I mean, I think he's a good coach. I think he's gonna get him coached up, man.
Well, I'm saying, what are you basing him being a good coach off of?
Oh, right. No, boy. He has a good way. Yeah. Yeah,
I think he's a great motivator. I think he's a great leader.
I know his kids.
I think he's a great leader. You know?
Oh, Glenn Rice, yeah.
And I think he can motivate the kids and you know,
So how?
I think he can put the he can get the right people,
Well, I
coach the
think what
kids
Byron
up.
is asking you, am I wrong, Byron? I think what Byron is asking you,
I know Juwan, however,
His-
Glenn Rice, I think
his,
one of his sons.
What you talking about? His record?
yes, his record.
The greatness.
Yeah, prove the greatness that he's a great coach.
I mean, can we just we just gonna exclude what he did at
Oh, yeah.
Jackson State?
What did he do?
I think one of my friends.
He lost twice.
To a lesser
When it
conference.
counted the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lost to the
So
mid.
I mean, so
2 years in a row.
the championship game.
Yeah. Two
But
years in a
up to
row.
that, he went undefeated. So
Not
so
just
you
that.
just discredit everything.
Hold on.
Look at what he did. Hold on.
You said the word.
Let Byron talk. I'm gonna let Byron talk.
Okay.
Look at if you look at what he did at Jackson.
Okay.
He did a phenomenal job at Jackson, but what he did at Jackson was you stacked the deck, right? And nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You went and got Power 5 players at Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the record and say this me speculating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that you probably had more Power 5 talent than any other team in the SWAC, MEAC, or any other division like that, outside of the Power 5. So right when you got Power 5 level players going to play the MEAC and the SWAC, what do you think is gonna happen?
What should happen?
What you think gonna happen?
Should win.
Well, no problem.
So you make it all the way. You sweep through the conference. Then you go up against the big dog in the MEAC two years in a row, right? Clearly you had better talent. How did you lose them games?
You got outcoached.
Execution.
You got outcoached.
Whatever it is, I got better talent than you. He came in with the #1. You had the #1 player in the country in Travis Hunter. You see how good Travis is now.
Right.
You had I'm talking about. You had guys that was coming to Florida State. You had guys that came from Alabama, USC, Tennessee, Miami, Florida. You had the big dogs. Right. You lost. Now you in Colorado. Right. You're not gonna get better players to make you, you know what I'm saying, like out athlete these guys that you was doing on another level. Right. Now it's gonna come down to your coaching. Now when people say he got a good coaching staff together, how do you say that? Me personally, I like Florida State, right? I know his defensive coordinator was once our defense coordinator, and people was calling for his head when he was on the Jimbo. So he's not a good coach. So for you, I'm not saying you, but for people to say that he has good coaches, like that's not true. I'm just saying.
I can't defend it. I can't defend it. I'm telling you that's not true. I'm telling you straight up. I can't defend what you said.
That's
you know,
not
hey,
true.
what you said real.
Now you can look at the coaching from the offensive side and say that I don't know if that was a good hire, because if you clearly see he loves to throw the ball. He came from a high scoring offense. If you got a high scoring offense, what you probably doing?
Throwing the ball.
You probably throwing the ball a lot, right? So Deion is now he's saying we can't run the ball. They don't try to run the ball. If I give you the ball 2-3 times and I abandon the run, bro, you got to establish the run at some point, right? Stop throwing it and try to establish the pass. I mean the running game.
Yeah, but so you can't get behind this. You can't get behind the chains. You can't get behind too far in the scoreboard.
Bro, you got to establish the run at some point. You got to set to it, right? But they ain't doing it. They're not doing it. I mean, bro, if you like Mike said, I mean, you came out the gates and nobody had film on you, right? Nobody had film on them guys. They look like they had some damn good running backs. Them running backs still there. They still have the same capability of doing whatever they were doing, right? You as a coach, you got to scheme up some kind of way. Florida State has had a terrible offensive line for many years, right? We still don't have the best offensive line, but we got to do that scheming ways to get these dudes overall, right? That's what they do. They scheming ways to get whatever the angles is that they got to do to get these dudes some creases to get out. That's what they doing. That's what you got to do as a coach.
You got to find a way for your best players to shine.
And whoever that comes from the top of the coaching chain to the bottom of the coaching chain. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go back to what we see on well-off media, what they show the world. Me personally, I believe that you having too much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see the game, you always see, you know what I'm saying, when they're showing practice, you see somebody always in the camera, you know what I'm saying, like they giving an interview. I mean, it look like a fun time.
Right.
But the fun time, you seeing it translate to the game and you getting behind to it. You know what I'm saying? Practice, I think, should be serious. Now, we gonna play some music, you gonna earn some music. Right. We ain't just come, but you go back to the coach. What the coach say?
Give me my theme music.
Give me my theme music. He's showing you that's coming from the top. So it's translating into the game. All of them bad habits.
You are a reflection of your coach.
Exactly. And I don't look at that as being a good coach. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about a coach, not to cut you off. You're talking about a coach who had one of the best work ethics when he played the game.
Deion was one of the most talented athletes that probably ever get on the football field.
Talented, and he also put in the work.
That don't mean you can coach.
This is true, Michael Singletary, but his expectation is high.
Exactly.
That's his expectation.
Exactly.
Your expectation, not mine.
Exactly. That's why a lot of good coaches, they're probably not good players, right? Because my expectation, I'm basing that off of my talent.
Right.
I'm basing that off of my work ethic. I know I work hard. I'm a dog. That's Deion mentality. I want more dogs. Everybody wants dogs. But your expectations are unrealistic based on your capabilities.
Right.
My capabilities are not your capabilities. I can't go out there and run a 4-3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Deion said I didn't stretch when I went to the NFL Combine. You ever seen a cheetah stretch?
But you ain't.
That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody doesn't have the capability to do what this man did. You know what I'm saying? As good as Travis Hunter is, he ain't Deion.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? He ain't Deion.
He's still learning as a coach. And you know, later on in the future, he find the right pieces. He could potentially be that person. But he's still learning.
Bro, you probably ain't seen nobody else in the NFL do what Deion used to do. Deion would bait quarterbacks and let you get 2-3 steps on him, let you put the ball in the air, then he recover and run it. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody doing that. I know there ain't nobody teaching that in practice. Come on, man.
You can't teach that.
Come on, bro.
Now you don't have the skill level and the talent to do it.
You still ain't teaching it. You ain't teaching that. But that's what he did.
There's no way in the air. I don't think Deion can get Tyreek Hill 2-3 steps and run it down.
Not today. Not with that bad toe.
He couldn't do it then.
Willie is a better coach than Dion.
Who?
Willie Simmons.
Now I agree with that.
If Willie Simmons had Dion players that he had at Jackson, what would the swag look like? He'd run through the swag. He'd ran through everything.
They're talking about seeing this. They could play the playoff last year.
Who was this?
If Willie Simmons had that team that Dion had, that dude's a coach, man.
Yeah. I agree with that
That dude's a
100%.
coach, and his coaching acumen, shows that.
Sure.
Go ahead, bro.
Let's get that on record. I do want him to be a good coach. I want him to be a great coach. It takes time,
Right.
and it takes time. That's all I have to say. I'm not bashing him, but when we're talking about football, I want to be a realist.
Right.
For you to come in and get a team together, 86 guys, and have them on the same accord as a Georgia, Nick Saban, Dabo Swinney, hell, even your boy over at Florida State. We're right here in Tallahassee. It took him how many years?
2,
Nah, he's been there for 4 years, right?
3.
This is his 4th year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 4th year.
He done pretty good last year too, right?
Yeah.
So what? 2 years?
No, you forgot about the COVID year?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it still was football. So, I mean, it takes time. And majority of those guys, he's been coaching for 3-4 years. He brought in the right transfers that he needed that fit his system. And look at what's going on.
That's what's up.
He also bought into what he had to say, though.
Anything you want to put on the record? As far as
Brought him to what he
Coach
had
Dion?
to say the first year.
I'm good, man. Like I say, a lot of the
Adjustment. In-game adjustment.
Dion has some accountability, but the players also have to step up, do their part. Put in their time, put in the work ethic, get in the game room, get in the weight room. They got the drill.
All of that falls on coaching.
Anything else you want to put on the record, bro?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. But I'm at practice every day. I'm working out. I'm doing what you tell me to do.
Yeah, shit roll down here. I'm saying, you as a coach, you have to take responsibility for, if your players ain't ready to play on Saturday, who that fall on? You know what I'm saying? Like if he's saying that the coaches are putting in the right calls for the players to execute, but the players ain't executing the right, the plays when you put them in.
Right.
That's a coaching issue.
Right.
Something is not translating to them. So whatever you got to say or do, you got to do something to get them to figure it out.
Right.
Because it ain't registered.
Right.
They go back to coaching. You know what I'm saying? Now that can go right back to the music too loud, and I can't hear what you're saying.
Right.
But we having a good time out here.
Right.
So when the game comes, and I mean like somebody brought up doing the Stanford game. They said they was doing good until they made them turn the music off. Once they said turn that music off, them niggas look real different out.
Hey, last question. Do they make a bowl this year?
No, sir.
They don't make a bowl this year?
No, sir.
Colorado make a bowl game this year?
I hope so.
Hey, bro. Colorado make a bowl game this year?
I mean, there's a chance, but tough division for them. I feel like they haven't been tested yet. But
They
well,
haven't been tested yet.
look. What I'm trying to say is that Dion went from Jackson State and he had good players play against teams that aren't as good as they are now. He's playing true Power 5 teams now, and yeah, he came out and did better than everyone expected when he beat TCU, but TCU lost about 60 players to the draft. And I mean, he's getting humbled. I mean, I like Dion, but it's the reality.
But check this out. Let me see. Let people see what you rocking up under there right quick.
All right, here I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, he took it off so he went.
Right, man.
Yeah. This brother here believe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we believe
Hey,
it.
they make a bowl
sir.
game this year. Or what?
I don't think they're concerned about a bowl game. He just want to win. We're not concerned about bowl games.
That's what.
We're concerned about improving and winning.
Right. Mike, they make a bowl game or what?
Hold on, we're going down this schedule right here. Hey, we can, we're gonna walk right here, give me 1 second. Okay, this is the rest of his schedule.
Okay.
Well, call it out, buddy.
Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah.
How many W's you see? I know you put it on
I'm
me.
just asking the question, bro. You know
I don't think they make a bowl game.
You don't think they make a bowl game this year? What about you, bro? They make a bowl game this year?
Ain't looking too pretty.